To bring it down to the bottom. No,
No, he's swinging it.
Look at this.
That's called swinging the ball. See if he gets
That's
there or
gonna be
not.
close. Wow. Look at this shot here.
Don't scratch. Oh my goodness.
Welcome to One Pocket, a game of controlled aggression. I'm Tom Wirth. In this video, I recreate a situation from my book. In this case, my pocket is to the lower left and my opponent has a ball near his pocket. With the cue ball in the catcher's mitt, I'm in a rather sticky situation. I could slide softly off the left side of the 10 ball and leave the cue ball on the foot rail, but that will most likely let my opponent see either the 10 or the 11. That would most likely lead to more trouble. An alternative shot would be to softly kick behind the 12 ball. The problem with that is it leaves the bank on the 9 ball. So what's the best option here? Well, now is time to consider risk versus reward. Watch the video, and afterwards I'll explain my reasoning behind the shot that I chose to shoot. Well, obviously, there's an element of luck in my having made that 12 ball, but I never could have gotten lucky had I not taken the shot. As a result, I'm off to the races and could possibly win this game outright. But what were the alternatives had I not made the shot? There are several. The best alternative would have been to be able to just knock the ball over towards my side of the table and the cue ball goes up table with a safety. I could have hit the bottom side of the 12. That would have knocked the 12 ball back towards the middle of the table, and the cue ball would have given up a bank on the 9 ball, but there's not much more damage than that. Worst case scenario, I could have missed the ball entirely. Cue ball then would have gone up table, leaving the 12 ball for an easy shot for my opponent. Unless he gets good position on the 9 ball, he's really not going to hurt me very much. So, after weighing all the options, I concluded that the risk was well worth the reward. The passive alternative shots were just going to get me in more trouble. With a little practice, you'll find that these shots just are not as difficult as they may seem. This has been Tom Wirth for One Pocket, a game of controlled aggression, and thanks for watching. Welcome to One Pocket.
And a good student is one that you can show them how to do something and how it should be done. And not only do they learn that something, but they add their own little touch to that particular shot and say, well, that's very creative. They're not just doing what I showed them, but they're adding their own touch to it, which is good. And that tells me that they're working on it. And those are the kind of people that I like to work with, because my idea, it's not for the money that I charge. I just charge because they need to be charged if they want, if they want to be serious. I've had students that come to me and I give them things to work on because I can see that, they can't advance until they get these things cleaned up. It might be two or three things. And they come back and I can tell that they haven't even worked on it. Well, then they're wasting their time, they're wasting my time. And you always have to charge, because if you don't charge, then that means that it means nothing to them. The one thing that I want for most of them is for them to actually have the desire to get better and work at it. Because it's not an easy game. If it was an easy game, then everybody would be a champion. It's a hard game. There's a lot to it. And just when you think you're getting a hold of it, there's still another world behind it that you need to learn. It's not an easy game.
Okay, guys, welcome back. This is Daniel Bush calling this out live on POVPOOL from my home studio. This is a match from POV5. This is our 5th anniversary event that took place last year. Oh my goodness, I forgot. Well, let me just remind you guys, this is a redubbed match because the jukebox was, too loud in the background. So what I've done is I've created a little bit of ambience for you. I'm gonna give you some Hard Times audio. I'm gonna put that in the background. You guys will kind of be able to chill. Watch this match between Amar KANG. This is from the hot seat. This is a hot seat match for the hot seat, between Amar KANG and Jerry MATCHIN from last year. This is POV5, the 5th anniversary event, which our 6th anniversary event is only about a week and a half away. So enjoy this match. It's kind of a long match, but I'm going to try to sweat it with you. I might take a couple of breaks, but let's get that background audio going. Oh, whoopsie daisy. Sorry about that. All right, we'll have Ammar can rack the balls again, and we'll get this going. So that's not going to kill you. You guys will be able to get through this. So anyway, Ammar is racking these balls, and I want to say hi to you live viewers out there right now. Say hi to Heator 451, 7 Squares, Jay Miles, Ibardano. Nice to have you guys join us in the chat room, and please share. Let everybody know we're doing this live redub right now. Now, Amar KANG is from Sacramento. A player from Sacramento. He is the cousin of Tony Chohan, and he's also, he kind of grew up at Hard Times in Sacramento, grew up playing there, grew up playing at the Jointed Q. He goes to, all the rooms in the Bay Area. In the past has definitely one of the strongest players in California, in all of California. He's a mighty strong one-pocket player as well. And Ammar wins the break. Not the strongest break. It seems that Ammar has sent a couple balls to Jerry's side, or not quite to his side, but they're to his side, which can put Ammar in a defensive position in very quickly in an inning or two. Let's see how Jerry handles this situation here. He's looks like he's a little bit covered by the 14. He's covered with that 9 ball on the 14. So how's he going to hit the 9 away? Let's see how this plays out. He needs to get balls to his side, cover his cue ball. I don't know. Maybe I like banking in the to the 4 here. Yep, it looks like what he's looking at. But then again, you got to think about this 9 ball. So carom off the 8. That's a good call. Nicholas Stale says carom off the, just kind of play off the 8 ball. I like that shot too, but a little harder to control the cue ball with that shot. So let's see. Ammar. See, now here you go. So Jerry's kind of turned this around in one shot, and that's because Ammar's break was not the best break. So, you know, usually the breaker has the advantage. They get the chance to put balls to their side very quickly. But in this case, that's not what happened. If my audio is low or if there's any loudness at all, let me know, low or loud. So let's see what Ammar's going to do here. I think he wants to come now behind the 10 and the 8, or is he gonna use this 14 to knock everything away and bring his cue ball up table a little bit by that piece of chalk? Yeah, it looks like it. Looks like it. And that's a good shot too. Good recovery. Now he's taken everything away from Jerry. And Jerry's actually in a little bit of trouble, which is why maybe moving that 9 early might have been a good idea for him to try to do that. But, you know, what's done is done. So now he might straight bank the 6 in. See what Jerry does. Jerry, by the way. Hey now, that was a good shot. Jerry is a monster from Ventura, California, and he owns a great pool hall in Ventura called Sticks Billiards. And he's got, I think he has now 2 beautiful Blue Label diamond tables. And Jerry is an extremely sort of like a fixture in the pool scene, has been in California for quite some time. He's probably been playing since the 60s, and he's no slouch to the game. He's commentated with us on POV Pool before, and I'm just going to remind you, this is the hot seat match of last year's event. Jerry's got now a chance to make his second point. Interesting that he cut that. I think he was trying to cannon into that stack, and or he was just really saying, you know what? Yeah, he was trying to cannon into the stack and open something up. But now he's at the point where he's like, okay, you know, I've made 2 balls, so now you take care of this 9 ball. So that's good. So maybe the error there for Ammar. This now like 2 shots. The break was not the greatest break, and then his second shot to the table. He brought the cue ball up table, but you know, I want to stress the importance of holding the cue ball as close to rails as possible when you're playing. You know, when you're trying to leave shape for your opponent. So important. I mean, it's good to be aggressive. In fact, you know, that's what that clip was prior to this match from Tom Wirth, is that his channel is committed to one pocket being the controlled game of aggression. Aggression is good, but remember, you know, cue ball's everything in this game. Now, I don't know what that was. Ammar's made a big mistake here. I don't even think he hit the 9, so I think he's going to owe a ball. So he puts a penny up. So I tell you what I'm gonna do here is, the score is not correct. So I'm actually gonna create a new scoreboard for you guys, and let's just get the score correct here. So I'll just, just give me some time without commentary and you guys enjoy this. Three goes down. So that'll put him at 3. He's got 3 balls now. Five down, and Jerry's looking good here. It's hard to believe that this match is almost 3 hours long, especially the way this first game is playing out. You wouldn't think, but it is a hot seat match, so naturally things start to become a little bit more important when it comes to scoring and making points in this game. Nicholas Stale asking if the 7 is wired. Well, it wouldn't be wired anymore because he's kind of hit that. Anyone know the score for me? Oh, well, it's -1, so. It's like 5-0 Jerry, huh? So now he's just moving stuff away. You're already at 5-0. Well, 5 to -1 actually. So you don't have to try too hard to get balls in your hole when you got that much. It actually is a good idea to maybe think about taking the rest of the game up table. Now the reason for that, a lot of people, I wonder why do you take games up table? Well, when you're ahead and you have like only 2 or 3 balls to make, it's very difficult for your opponent to string some balls together when they're all up table. Jerry's thinking. He's thinking. And that's why, just clear the 9 ball. Well, it's not that straightforward. I mean, he's almost looking straight at the ball. So, yeah, clear the 9. But, you got to make sure your cue ball doesn't swing in front of that 14 and leave Ammar's shot. It's we're talking about a 7.5-foot shot, too. It's not the easiest shot. Jerry is he's definitely a slow player. I mean, that's why I warned you guys. This is a 2.5 longer than 2.5 hour match. Daddy Kane in the chat room asking me a question about a shot that I learned from Efren Reyes. I think it was inside draw. He said the shot that I learned, the dig out, when I was playing Efren Reyes. Yeah, I remember that shot. Yeah, I think it was the draw. It's so important to draw that shot. It's a dig out shot where you kind of kick draw. So don't worry, guys. We're not buffering. It's just Jerry. He's just thinking. As people do, they do that. They think. You can't blame the guy. I mean, you know, it's the hot seat match. It's a $2,000 added. What a shot! Wow, he really just took a chance there. I didn't even see that ball. Which reminds me, I need to start my instant replay deal here, don't I? All right, so let's get replay going here so that we can. What a shot that was! My God. By the way, if you hear pool hall audio in the background, that's actually audio from Hard Times Billiards that I just dropped in just to make you guys feel like you're at home at a pool hall. Well, I mean, that was unbelievable. Jerry just like went balls out on that shot, and he just played that 11 in, and then he ran it out. So that was just crazy town, and you know, that was a good shot. But I mean, you got to make sure that shot is dead. So good shot to Jerry Matchin, I guess. That's 1-0 in a race to 3. So yeah, guys, if you if you feel like the audio is weird, it's because I've got Hard Times audio in the background. I've got a 37-minute clip of Hard Times audio. So anyway, all right, game number 2, Jerry Matchin's break. By the way, this is alternate break. And this is, once again, this is POV 5, our 5th anniversary event that took place last year. The 6th anniversary event is coming up in about 11 days. What a slow break that was. I mean, very slow roll break. And still, Jerry managed to bring the ball up to the second diamond. I want to thank also our sponsors for the upcoming POV 6 anniversary event. Is going to be, yes, this is a gold crown. We're going to be sponsored by Outsville and Great White Chalk and Caliber Billiards, JB Cases, and Tiger Products, and IV Organic. So, you know, we're going to be raffling a lot of items in Fremont on December 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. So please join us, and definitely watch the stream. The stream will be live, and it'll be free to watch. Now that's a good cue ball right there. He left that cue ball way up table, so he that was basically a calculated risk by Ammar. He's leaving Jerry with an open shot, but I don't think there's a chance in hell that Jerry is going to try shooting this shot. Because if first of all, if you make that, it's just worth 1 ball. There's the 5 ball, and then as soon as he hits the 5, he's going to knock that 14 away. Or is that the 12? Can't tell. So there's no chance in hell he's going to try that shot. Only a donkey would shoot that shot. Someone like me, maybe. Chuck Felton, want to say hello to you. DP Ayajas. Looks like we got more visitors to the chat room coming in. And so there you have it, right? So Jerry knows. Jerry knows what he's doing. He's and that's what Ammar did. He put the cue ball up the rail, knowing that Jerry wouldn't shoot that shot. But what he did, he put him in defensive mode, right? So, I mean, this is definitely a game of percentages. You have to think of the percentage of whether you're going to make the ball or not, and also the percentage of consequence. Like, what is the consequence of missing? What's the consequence of leaving my opponent with a ball? How many balls is this going to be worth to this person, depending on their skill level? I mean, there's just so many factors in this game, and it's just such a beautiful game that even the best players walk away from the table scratching their heads sometimes, wondering what they did wrong, learning, or blaming the environment. This table rolls off. I hate this cue ball. Or you're like Jose Perica, you got like 6 shafts in your in your case, and you're switching shafts in the middle of the game like 3-4 times. So Jerry's got like a free shot here, and it goes. Now, that was a beautiful bank combination. I know he wasn't trying to hit the 8 ball. Or was that the 4? Looks like the 4 ball. I know he wasn't trying to hit the 4 ball on the way up, because he potentially left Ammar with a shot, something that he could sink his teeth into a little. So that was kind of like fortunate for Jerry that he actually made the ball that he was shooting at. So Jerry's on the run now because he's in the stack. He's got a combo, which is not, it's definitely not doctor recommended at this point, because, to miss is to possibly give up 3 or 4 balls to Ammar. So once again, that kind of just drives home my point about percentages. He's taking it on. He's confident he's going to make it, I guess. Oh, no, it slides past. Well, there you go. So therein lies the problem right there. But Jerry might be lucky. He might have left Ammar like really straight. I think he's looking at the 2-7 in the stack, and he's trying to think of a way to run all 8 balls right now. I think he might be a little bit on the top of this 1 ball. So what he could do is force follow a little bit, and get pretty easy on the 5 or the 11 that's on the opposite side of the table. Play for a bank. He could stun up and play for the 4 along the rail, too. Let's see how he plays this. He's going to play for the 4, I think. Yeah, here he goes. Good shot. So he's pretty straight here, so... Now, those balls, the 11 and the 5, they may look like they're going towards Jerry's hole, but You just got to remember that these are all future banks that Ammar could play, and they could just end up becoming points for Ammar. Ammar's going to deep screw this ball. Might even play a rail first. Wow. That's not what I expected. Excuse me, guys. Just getting over a cold, actually. It's that time of year, right? November. Want to wish you guys all happy Thanksgiving as well. Looks like Ammar might be trying to thin this ball in, thin it to win it, but he also may just play. I don't know about this 11. You can't just knock this away. It's not so straightforward. You don't want to leave the 5. So he's going to go slow. And that was beautiful. Nice touch. I think that's 2 for Ammar in this race to 3. DP Ayaja says, draw back to the middle of the table. Yeah, that's what I thought he was going to do when he shot that 4 along the rail. I thought he was going to deep screw the ball back. I guess Ammar played us all, didn't he? So what's going on here? Well, those 2 balls right there, those 2 balls are, you want to just kind of, I'm sure Jerry's thinking, those are my balls, right? Those are Jerry's balls. Jerry wants those balls, and he's got to fight to keep them. So I see the 14 is probably the ball he wants to take out. And it looks like he's following it, but I don't know why he wouldn't want to sort of stun run the ball. Oh, I see. Okay, he decided to thin the ball up table and sort of roll into the stack. I was expecting, or I might have played to draw the cue ball into the stack or into the catcher's mitt. And another mistake from Ammar. Ammar can't be feeling good at this point because he's sort of like given up the first game to Jerry pretty quickly, and now Jerry's taking another run here at these balls, and he's landed pretty straight on this. And Jerry's not the kind of guy to super stroke anything in. So he's one of these guys that's he's gonna bunt the ball in, and then he's gonna bunt away, and he's gonna try to think of something difficult for Ammar. Well, once again, I guess I'm not supposed to second guess this guy. But I guess he was jacked up enough to get enough screw on it. So I think this 6 ball is relatively safe to shoot. As long as he doesn't hit the, you just want to make the ball, obviously. But you don't want to hit the 14. You want to come around the 14 or underneath the 14. Another thing to do here is kind of make this ball, like shoot this ball, not to make it really, just roll it toward the hole. Roll it toward the hole and try to hide behind those balls. But oh, Jerry sees another shot. Now that's something I didn't see. He's just going to bank the 14, and he'll do the same thing that I was suggesting with the 6. But see, that's the thing, is he could care less if he makes it, or, yeah, I mean, Like, if he'd have missed that shot, Ammar still would have been in a lot of trouble. So basically, it's a safe shot to shoot. So we've changed camera angles now, and seems like the easiest ball to shoot would be the 6, but it also is the ball that carries the least risk, but it also has the least reward because it's really only worth 1 ball. So I think he might be shooting at the 3, and he might try to break out the stack a little. Oh no. No, he just wanted to. He just wanted to get it toward his hole. He didn't care whether to make that or not. Heator451 wants to ask a pool stick question. Yeah, sure, I can take any questions. So Ammar is kicking to get the 3 ball out of the... Oh, all right, so Ammar's going to have to pay a ball. That'll bring him down to 1. DP Ayaj is asking me if you can integrate carbon fiber into 3D printed plastic. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm not really sure you can. But anyway, good question. I wonder where you could find information about that. Probably, I'm sure there are some forums. There's some engineering forums that you can visit. Heator asking me how many cues do I own and describe my favorite cue. You know, I only have really 2 cues right now. I have a Tiger TL3, which is the same cue that Dennis Orcollo played with for a couple of years. The same model, not the exact same. It's not. I don't have the same. I don't have his cue. I have just the same model. Also, Warren Kiamko has the same model. Edgy Geronimo has the same model. There are several players with that model. TL3, which is now out of stock and discontinued. So you'd have to pay a pretty penny to get that from Tiger again. So Ammar kind of seems off his game today, and I say that because I know how good Ammar is. Ammar is actually a lot more patient than I'm seeing him in this particular match right now. I use a Tiger tip. I use a Tiger Onyx. So I don't know. I kind of like. A lot of people might say, let's, thin the 3 and then try to leave the cue ball in the stack. But do you see that 6 ball and the 4 ball? Those look like possible balls that can be banked back to Ammar's side of the table. So looks like he might be playing a combo bank here. Yeah, he hit it way too thin and scratched. Bad news for Jerry. This could turn things around for Amar Kang. Amar Kang will take ball in hand behind the kitchen, behind the head string or the balk line. Looks like the 15 is not shootable, so he's got just the 12 ball to shoot at. But he's going to take a walk around and look at what he needs to target next, because it doesn't look like there's a lot going on toward his pocket. I'm not sure that any of those balls in the stack are dead or wired. And he opens things up like a good pool player. The funny thing is about Ammar is that I didn't know he played much one pocket until a few years ago. And, you know, it reminds me I should ask him actually how long he's been playing one. I'm sure he's been playing for a very long time because, you know, Tony Chohan's been playing it forever as well. And they are cousins. But in the first couple of years that I knew Ammar, I only ever really saw him play rotation games, 10 ball, 9 ball. And I didn't peg him for a one pocket player as a one, especially the style, the way he plays rotation. He plays so strong. Such a good shot maker, like this dead straight stroke, you know. And also, I've never seen him really have that kind of one pocket mind. I've always watched him think in terms of rotation. But then I got to see him play, and I had to think back when he played at Hard Times Sacramento like 4 years ago. I think he won the tournament, or he came in second place at the Chuck Markoulis Jamboree. And I was just like amazed. You know, I think he was in the finals with, it might have been Oscar Dominguez. But, and this was like 4 years ago. And I was like, dang. Amar Kang can shoot him with a little stick. He can play a little one pocket. So I think he might be stuck here. You know, maybe the 6 goes. If he can slide the 6 past these 2 balls and make the, is he playing for the 3? I don't think the 8 goes, folks. So he might have to play a combo here, like a 9-8 combo. Yeah, Jay Miles in the chat room. He did. He took second place in the Chuck Markoulis one pocket. I watched it live from their home stream. You know, I can't remember who he was in the finals with, but I think it was Oscar. It was either like Oscar or Boosty, somebody like that. I was pretty impressed. So don't get it twisted, folks. Ammar plays a little one pocket. You know, it's the classic case, like I don't want to shoot this, but I have to kind of situation. And then again, you don't really have to. I mean, if he wanted, he could knock the 3 away. So he held the ball up table there because he wanted to use the 13 and the 6 for cover. And I think the score is actually 4-4 apiece now. My. Magyar19 says Earl Strickland would smoke these guys. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen Earl play one pocket in my life. If anybody has seen Earl play one pocket, feel free to jump in the chat room. But I appreciate your appreciation of Earl Strickland. He definitely is a scary player. Nicholas Stale says that Strickland would have been kicked out already due to potty mouth. So Jerry played a good shot. He put some pressure on Ammar here. The pressure really to hold the cue ball. Oh, now this is actually a bad situation because all Jerry has to do here is kick nice and slow and just bury him behind the 13 and the 8. This is not a situation you want to be in when you're in one pocket, playing one pocket. Jerry's, yeah, see, he's making sure that whatever contact he makes with these balls, he wants to leave Ammar with as little choice as possible here. So just slow roll this. Oh, he hits it hard. Interesting. And therein lies the problem with kicking balls, folks. You don't want to kick balls all the time unless you are really dialed in on the table and feeling confident. I guess Jerry was feeling confident there, but Ammar will take this 8-ball bank. And that goes in. So Ammar takes the lead. Robert Hunter tells us that Justin Hall plays one hole on YouTube with Earl Strickland. I mean, I can't imagine Earl playing one pocket. I mean, he's already got so much to say about the table and the way things roll. When you're rolling those balls slowly, it's just going to magnify opportunity for Earl to criticize the playing conditions. He made a comment recently on Facebook about snooker. I couldn't believe it. I had to interject. So Ammar didn't want to be missing that ball. So I like this shot for Jerry. I mean, it's very high percentage, but when your opponent's got a ball laying in front of his hold weight, Ammar does, you get scared of those shots. And therein lies my point right there. Now that's what Jerry should have done in the beginning, like with those last two balls the way they were hanging. But anyway, Jerry could have very well made that 3-6. I liked him playing that shot. I would have liked myself playing that shot. But when your opponent has a ball in front of his hole, it's very difficult to make clear decisions. Wow, I'm telling you, that's like, I think he even hit that a little too hard. And you know, it seemed like he hit it soft and it just wouldn't stop. The table is very fast here, by the way, at California Billiards. This was, I think that the cloth was only a couple of weeks old, but the room was very dry. You know, California Billiards is one of the best places to play pool, you guys. If you ever come to California, to the West Coast, definitely want to recommend you come to California Billiards. I think he's got a plan, actually. He bought like 8 new diamond bar boxes, but he's got a plan, I believe, to replace 8 of the gold crowns with 8 9-foot diamonds as well. He's already got 2 of them. I think he wants to get like 6 more. Good food, full bar. Wow. So that was another that was a confident shot from Jerry, where he basically tried to play the good cue ball, and Ammar, he did leave Ammar's shot. I can't knock Jerry for playing that shot the way he did. I mean, even if I was staking him, I wouldn't object to him playing that shot, because he tried to play a good cue ball. But you know, because Ammar kind of had him in a situation where he's like, look, you know, if there's no defensive shot, you got to go for something. So Jerry went ahead and tried to make that 13. But you know, therein lies another problem, right? He had a chance to shoot that combo in the last inning. So Ammar gets absolutely no roll out of that shot. He plays a good shot and gets no love. So, but it is 6-4. Ammar's in the lead. And he needs this game because it's, you know, it's 1-0 to Jerry. So it looks like Ammar's thinking now, like, okay, let me see about, you know, slow roll this ball up and down table, maybe just like create some sort of put some pressure on Jerry. But the real problem here is that 13-6, from many different angles, Jerry could easily make the 13 ball because of where the 6 is. It's kind of like helping it. It's kind of like a pair of training wheels for the 13. And so my personal opinion here is that Ammar has to either you know, get him behind that 13 on the other side of the 13, or figure out a way to knock those balls away, because you know, Jerry just needs one opportunity. It's not so easy to win this game. He really is going to have to earn this. In a strange way, I almost prefer, you know, he could play the right side of that ball that he's up table with. I think it's a 10. He play the right side and come with the cue ball 2 rails around or 3 rails around, and he'll land nicely behind 13-6. I mean, there is a scratch in there too, but he's not going to play that shot though. He's gonna do what he was thinking about doing in the beginning. Okay, well, so it's decision time for Jerry, who has shown little bit of gusts early in this match from the rail, like exactly from the rail where he is. Will Jerry do it again? Will he take this on? He's going to play the 6, which is, oh no, he's going to play the 13. See? Training wheels. So, Ammar really needed to get those balls out of there, or at least hide behind them. I mean, I like, it was the 15. I like coming off the right side of the 15, like I was explaining earlier, but he decided to try to bank the 15. And now Jerry's just going to spin back. Now he's going to make another ball here. I mean, it's just looking bad for Ammar right now. The only thing that can go wrong here for Jerry is if he tries to kind of stiff this in and it rattles. But why would Jerry even stiff that ball? Jerry's a little disappointed with himself. He wanted to get into a position where he could bank the 9 toward his hole. But just like that now, Jerry just needs one ball. Oh, nice little bank there. Pretty safe, but being the shooter that Ammar is, I almost expect him to try to play this 2-railer, you know? Short. No. He's just going to play the baby cut. And he's going to watch out here. Wow. So the motive on that shot was to cut it toward his hole and cover with the 15. A nice aggressive shot, but Ammar did not get there. And this just makes things messy for Ammar. It looks like the 9 is frozen to the side rail. I wouldn't expect it to go into the side if he comes across it. So I think we're just going to be playing tiddlywinks for a minute. For a few innings at least. Kind of the motive for both players at this point is to leave as much distance as you can to make it hard for your opponent to really do much, and also not leave any banks. Now, this was a mistake from Jerry. He was trying to leave distance. He was trying to come 2 rails down table, almost to like where Ammar is standing. But the cue ball, it didn't. So now Ammar has a 3-rail bank for the 15 into his hole. And if it goes in, there's a chance that it could be his out ball. Wow. And, you know, from Ammar's standpoint, he really wanted that ball to go in because that was definitely an out ball. He would have had the 9 right there, and that would have been end of game. So this is very lucky for Jerry, but Jerry's not, he's not out of the woods here. In fact, right now, Ammar has the upper hand. Ammar can actually bank this ball right now if he chooses to. very possible to make this ball, and also very possible to make it and get shape on the 9. You know, basically drag this ball, a lot of outside spin. It depends on how aggressive you want to play this shot, but he can play this in such a way that it's not too aggressive, that he's just basically kind of trying to play safe as well. And that was very well executed. Very well executed. Played it safe. You see that, folks? That was a great shot. Pocket speed would have been a lot better for him because, to tell you the truth, there's a chance that Jerry could cut this 9 ball into the corner. He's looking at it. Now, the way you do this, you spin it with you kind of draw it, because you're cutting it so thin. You don't have to worry about the ball holding up that much, but you want to bring your cue ball down the bottom rail. But I don't think he's going to play the shot. He might just play like a blim blam here, just blim blam those balls out of there. Yeah, blim blam. Is that what I called it? I called it blim blam. I've never said that in my life. But those are dangerous shots too. I mean, sometimes you shoot those shots when you have to. Not all the time. Only shoot those shots when you have to. In Jerry's case, I don't think he really had to shoot that shot, but he did anyway. Aggressive shot here for Ammar. Would be to bank this right now the way he was just posturing. But he runs the risk of leaving the 9 ball if he misses. I don't know if I particularly like this shot. And neither does he. He's gonna feather this ball. Feather the cue ball down table. And you can be careful here. Oh, he did play the bank. But he played at pocket speed. So this is a big decision here for Jerry to really go ahead and shoot this 9 ball. It's not, what do I say, not doctor recommended. Well, Jerry likes it. He can come back and forth 2 rails and still, end up relatively safe. And that's how he really did it. He hit it so thin that the cue ball did come down. Not the best shot by Jerry, actually. It's a chance for Ammar to bank combinate the 15-9. Oh, look at this. It's going to hit the rail. Oh, it came across the 15. Just a little too thin. Now, there's a shot here, guys, where Jerry can play the 15, right? He plays it 2 rails, and it careens underneath the 9, hits the 9, and then spins into the corner pocket. That's not an uncommon shot to see in one pocket, actually. And it just seems like the angle is not quite there. It looks very close, but not quite there. Now, you can also play the shot in another way where you're kind of knocking both balls away with the 15 ball. He doesn't like the situation he's in at all, though, because the 15 does look kind of frozen. Makes it more difficult to control your cue ball and kind of the way you hit this 15. And if you're going to do that shot, that two-rail shot, you don't want to miss the 9, because if you miss the 9, you're just basically leaving it as a bank for Ammar. So you definitely want to get the 9 out of there, too. Yeah. See that, guys, where it almost spun under the 9? And that was fortunate, too, for Jerry, because those shots can backfire on you. I mean, he could very well have left a straight shot for Ammar to shoot into the corner. DP Ayajas was mentioning in the chat room that he should have short rail kicked the 15. Well, once again, I just don't like that shot, because you're gonna just leave a bank for Amar Kang on that 9 ball. So I like Jerry's shot. I do like Jerry's shot. But you gotta understand those shots and really know how they work, because those shots can backfire on you. This would be a good bank from Ammar if he can make this. Much needed, too. Oh, speaking of backfire. Oh, boy. Well, this is Jerry's game ball, folks. Just baby roll it. I don't know. I get the feeling Jerry's like not trying too hard to make the ball. I mean, that's your game ball, sir. It just didn't seem like he was bearing down the way he could have. Now, a very aggressive shot for Ammar right now is the 3-rail this back towards his hole, which is a very good shot. There is a kiss there. If you play a little 3-cushion billiards, you'll know that there's a kiss. But I think he can avoid the kiss. Well, he's not even going to play it. I'm not very impressed with that shot, because Jerry will 2-rail this 15. And when you 2-rail this, you just basically roll your cue ball up table with it. Yeah, that's how you shoot that. That's how you shoot that shot. Yeah. I mean, that's how you use the cue ball. If you want to make that shot, you just practice it. That was pretty textbook. This is a pretty interesting endgame we're watching here. Jerry knows how fast this table's rolling. You see how, see how slowly he hit that ball, because he knows how fast it's rolling up table. He hit it so slow that it didn't manage to hit the rail. So what are we gonna see here from Ammar? A blim blam? Blim blam. I don't like the blim blam actually on this shot. I kind of like kicking again actually. What's he doing? He's slow rolling. That works. So there's a 4 railer, or a 1, 2, 3 railer, I mean. This could backfire on Jerry because now, like as you can see right here, this is almost a free shot for Ammar. He can play this. This is a billiard, or actually it's a carom, right? You carom the 9 off the 15. And then the 15 just goes 3 rails around the table and away. It doesn't look like he's playing that shot. This is an end game with many outcomes. It's very hard to predict who's. I mean, obviously Jerry's got the upper hand right now. He's got a free shot on the 9 right now. I mean, things could look good, but I mean, just one bad shot can change it. And look at this. Look at the ball just slowed down. It seemed like, and trust me, guys, these tables are rolling fast. But for some reason, Jerry just didn't hit this hard enough. So this is a free shot for Amar Kang, and if he hits this good, he could be out again. Now, Ammar should have been out about 6 innings ago, maybe 7 innings ago. When he played. When he had the 15 along the rail and he was trying to, or the 9 on the rail. Anyway, that was like 15 minutes ago. Oh no, you don't see that every day, do you? Man, he hit that so thin he scratched. Wow. Jerry's out. Well, he should be out. And what just happened? That's probably the worst shot I've seen in this whole match. Jerry has no excuse for missing that the way he did. He just kind of pushed his arm through the shot. Maybe he twisted his elbow or dropped his shoulder or something. We didn't get to see his stroke from the right angle. But you know what? Ammar's not going to question it, right? He's saying to himself, "This is it. I get a chance to shoot at my hole." And the bank on the 15 is on. It'll go past the 4. This is a chance for Ammar to redeem himself after scratching. And that just went in like butter. That was a great shot. This is where this is the real blood tester, though. You know, you need 2 balls. You need 2 balls, and you got to make this look. You know, it's time to close this game out, Ammar. You know what I mean? You're basically saying to yourself, look, if I give him any more chances, I'm going to lose this. Is he going to go in at pace? Yes. Nailed it. And that was pretty. Perfect. What a great shot. Well, and Ammar will take that game. After scratching and having to pull a ball out, still managed to come back to the table with a win. And actually, he really earned those last 3 balls. Great shooting by Amar Kang. So it looks like Jerry's taking a quick break. Once again, oh no, I got to be careful. I got to be careful showing you other files, because remember the last time I did something like that, the match started all over again. So I will remind you guys, if you check out, I know what I'll do. I'll post the link in the chat room. You go to POVPOOL.com. You can download the entry form for POV's 6th anniversary event. And actually, though, you know, it's getting kind of close to that point where you should just go ahead and sign up. So why don't you go ahead, call them, and pay your credit. You know, give them your credit card number, or you can pay them via PayPal as well. But our year-end events are coming up on POV Pool. It's December 1st is the POV 6th anniversary, and then December 16th we're doing an 8-ball tournament at Sharky's Billiards in Lancaster. It's Sharky's, owned by Ray King, and he wanted to celebrate his first year of owning the pool hall, and also, you know, get a tournament started with Tiger products. So we are going to do the first annual Tiger 8 Brawl. It's an 8-ball tournament played on 9-foot tables. It is going to be an 8 brawl. Check out the Tiger 8 Brawl on Facebook. Actually, there is an event page for it, and you know, join in the fun. It's open to 64 players. It's just a 1-day event, and it's 8-ball played on 9-foot tables, and they're currently taking entries for the event. There's a beautiful Tiger 8 Brawl cup that they went and bought for this thing, and it's you know, they're going to do this annually, and if you win the tournament, your name will be engraved on the 8 Brawl cup. And each year they're going to have a new winner engraved. I mean, this is like, they went all out for this tournament. So if you want to go to the Tiger 8 Brawl page and sign up for the 8 Brawl tournament, it's taking place at Sharky's Billiards in Lancaster. Just go to the Facebook page. La-di-da, we're waiting for Jerry. Just going to remind you again, too, that POV Pool is working on a new website. We're going to be launching it on December 1st. And we've got an exciting new announcement to make on December 1st as well. It's all good. It's all good. SoCal Craigster says he's already signed up for the 8 brawl tournament. For 8 brawl or POV 6? POV 6 is coming up in less than 2 weeks. The Tiger tournament too. The 8 brawl is there's tons of stuff being raffled. They're raffling a Q. They're raffling gear from Q Sticks International. They jumped on board as a sponsor. We're raffling stuff from Outsville, from Great White Chalk, and from Caliber Billiards. We're raffling T-shirts. There's a Tiger 8 Brawl T-shirt that's already been made. You can buy your T-shirt today. You know, lots of cool stuff happening. And then, of course, you know, we got the upcoming Moscone Cup happening in December. Oh, SoCal Craigster. Hey, Craig and Nico Scalisi. How you guys doing? Nice. They got signed up. So, if you're just joining us, it's 1-1 in a race to 3 match between Amar Kang from Sacramento and Jerry MATCHIN from Ventura. And this is an already recorded match from our 5th anniversary event that took place last year. And the only reason, you know, I'm just giving you the backstory. The only reason we're dubbing over this is because all of the audio got blocked for copyright infringement because there was a jukebox going on in the background. So, what the hell? I'm just going to go ahead and redo the audio. Hopefully in the future I'll have some special guests that will join me in the commentary booth. You know, we'll get this thing going in the studio now. So you'll have POV Pool in the studio, and you'll have also POV Pool at our live events. Depending on, you know, why we're doing it. So, okay, so Jerry MATCHIN is back. Amar Kang is now racking. This is rack number 3. And my cell phone's on silent, but I assure you, it's been going off. Okay, so what happened with this break here? This is actually a much better break than Ammar's first break. Even though, you know, he didn't really bring a lot right directly toward his hole. He brought 2 balls down table a little bit, but what he's done, he's kind of made Jerry wonder, you know, scratch his head, go, how am I going to get in there? How am I going to get into a defensive position or offensive, you know, how am I going to make an offensive shot and still maintain a defensive position? So I think he's going to go ahead and force this 9 ball, or is he playing it soft? He's just bunting. Hit the 9 ball. Nope, he's banking it. Wow, I didn't even see that shot. You know, that was a good shot. He managed to keep the cue ball in the catcher's mitt. So that's basically all Ammar could do there was just try to bring the cue ball as close to the rail as possible. But I actually think Jerry can make this ball. Jay Miles says, I want to thank you for promoting the charity event that we had. It went off like gangbusters, and they ended up raising over $1,700. They can't wait to do the next one. And thanks again. Hey, you know what? You're welcome. And my only regret is that I'm sorry I couldn't be there. No regrets. No regrets. So, let's just make this ball, basically. But you don't want to leave a return bank on the 14 for Jerry. Just rub the top of this one, I think, and the one will go in, or stun it. Yeah, he stuns it. Wait a minute. Well, I don't know what Ammar was doing there, to be perfectly honest with you. So Jerry's got like a free shot on the 15, which is missable, but it's so makeable too that you just want to go ahead and shoot at it, and just play your cue ball down table. So he's only hoping to make one ball here. Really, he's not worried about anything afterwards. I gotta say, my experience playing this game too is it missing a ball. When you have an open shot, missing a ball is kind of like one of the worst things. It can change the game because it gives your opponent the upper hand. You're not really playing a defensive shot. And if you don't always think of the defensive position while playing a shot, you're most likely going to leave an opportunity for your opponent. So missing balls can be terribly consequential for you in any game, especially in one pocket. And that's what, I don't know what he's doing here. He's playing combo? Yeah, he's playing the combo. He played it in such a way that, Jerry's not going to try to shoot that 15 again, I don't think. Jerry will probably just roll the 14 in the corner now for Ammar. Is he looking at frozen balls again? Oh, Jerry. Crafty Jerry. Let me see here. What do I got here? What is he looking at? He's looking at that 4-3-11. Are you seriously taking that on? You really thinking about that shot? Wow. Yeah, he's not going to shoot it. Maybe he was just thinking about like where he wants to leave the cue ball in the catcher's mitt. By the way, too, looking at the stack sometimes, like at certain points in the game, it's so important to watch the stack and look at the stack. But, you know, sometimes looking at the stack actually makes your opponent aware of the stack. I like to try to look at the stack like casual, like not casually, but inconspicuously, to where they, you know, if I see any frozen balls in the stack, I try my best not to let them know that I see it. And also I try my best to see, I try to get a read on my opponent to see if they've seen that dead ball, or, you know what I mean? Because you can make plans around dead balls sometimes in the stack. You can make little strategic moves that can win you games. You know, if you see a dead ball in the stack and you can't quite get to it, sometimes it's a good idea to put your opponent in a place where he can't change that stack, or he, you know, he kind of like can't do anything, where your next shot might be, you might be able to get into the stack, you know, like bank into the stack or kick into the stack. So Jerry made Ammar's 14 ball earlier, so the score is actually tied up now. I still got the sniffles. You know, I've been sick all week, actually. This is like the first day I'm sort of getting better, but I still have remnants, man. There's not a whole lot that I see here that Jerry can really do. I mean, I guess this is where you have to somehow get creative, but just not get crazy, or you just bunt. He's bunting. So, you know, you guys might find yourself just doing this quite a lot, you know, with like sometimes the simplest shot is the best shot to play. It's really best sometimes not to overthink this game, you know, and a lot of those creative shots, they'll come to you. The simpler you keep this game, the more apparent those shots will become. It's really hard to explain. You know, it's like you can't force the creativity or force those shots. You know, those shots only come up when they come up, you know. But if you try to think in the simplest terms of this game, the options will start to make themselves. You know, you'll become aware of them. My friend Robert Tobin, you know, when he was teaching me this game of one pocket, he told me, think of 3 shots that you can play in every scenario. Look for those 3, the top 3 shots. I mean, obviously there's like 5 or 10 shots sometimes, but look for the top 3 shots. And, this is just when you're learning and just starting out, right? Look for the top 3 shots and choose the easiest one to execute. And then as you start to become a little better at the game and you start to become a little bit more aware of the risk-reward scenario, then you can, begin to weigh out your options and you can decide on a different shot. It's usually best to play the simplest shot. I mean, look at these guys. These guys, Ammar just played a bank, not to make it, but just to get the ball up table, and to get a ball toward his hole. Jerry now, he's got one ball toward his hole, and he's now going to play into Ammar's hands. He's going to try to hide him behind the 9, and he does a good job. A mediocre job. But you'll see these guys, they'll be bunting balls like, for 6 or 7 innings in a row sometimes. With purpose. My new book, Bunting with Purpose. Bunting with Soul. How about that? There's a good title. Somebody can submit it on my Facebook as a I want to see the cover art for Bunting with Soul. So here, I didn't really like this shot because I think Ammar is kind of playing his opponent right now and not the table. That's a dangerous place to be sometimes, because when you play your opponent, you're basically assuming Jerry can't make that straight shot. Now, Ammar's lucky in this case that Jerry's not shooting at that straight shot, but I know a lot of players that would shoot at that ball in a heartbeat and make it. So Ammar's got to really kind of think about playing the table, playing the right shot correctly. I have to tell you, you got to be if you want to be a really good one-pocket player, it's a lot harder than it looks to play this game. A lot of people say, well, this is an old man's game because old guys can't execute as well and they can't make shots as well. But really, what it comes down to is that one pocket has a lot more strategy involved, a lot more knowledge of the game and of the table, and also requires certain situations under pressure that are different in any other game. So you might think this is just an old folks game. You're completely mistaken. It used to be just an old folks game, but the game's evolved. It has evolved very quickly, and a lot of younger players are getting involved with one pocket nowadays, and making good money playing it too. Let's take a look at Billy Thorpe, for example. I don't want to name names, but I've already been told of a few scores he's made, unofficial. And he's only, 20? Good for Billy Thorpe. Okay, so there's only 12 on the table, so there's been a I've miscounted here. Or is it 13? Is it 6? No. 6, 5, 13. Okay, there's 13 on the table. So the score is 1-1. Wow, and that was a beautiful cut by Ammar. You know, I can only guess that Ammar thought he was going to double up Jerry there behind the 15-11, or that he just really assumed he was going to make that 9 ball. But once again, Ammar has left Jerry with difficult decision to make here. You know, like if you put someone in a position where they really don't see a lot of like ways to dig out balls out of your hole, or if they can't even get to the balls in your hole, they might just go for the shot that's like sitting in front of them. So Jerry might just go ahead and shoot this. He's not going to, though. He knows he really can't shoot this ball, the 11. He's got to try to like kind of get these balls. But there are players I know that will just go ahead and, okay, I'm going to shoot the 11. Hell, I might shoot the 11. So Jerry's in a tough situation here. You can't really just go into the 5 and blam these balls out, because it's not there's no guarantee that the 5 will be removed. The 9 probably will, but I don't know if the 5 will. And then another shot might be to really go into the 9 ball as straight as you can, like hit the ball flat and force follow, like a high karate. Now he's looking at the 11. And then another shot could be, I don't know, you know, like shoot the 15 down table and try to leave the cue ball behind the 11-5, or the, what is that, the 13-5? Yeah, the 13-5. Jerry doesn't like any of this. He doesn't like having to think. He doesn't like having to be under pressure like this. He just may abandon everything and just go for the 11. He don't like it. He hates it. You can't just, yeah, see, now he's looking at the kick. So you can't necessarily just do this. I mean, you can contain the situation, but do you really hold court when you do that? Because he's not really going to get the balls out of the way. The balls will still be in front of Ammar's hole if he plays this soft and just kicks into the 5. I mean, I don't really like that shot, but it might contain the situation. Ammar's he's probably jumping out of his chair, like jumping in his chair right now. He's sitting on his thumbs because Jerry's taking quite a while with this shot. High karate. Oh, he played the blim blam. Well, all right. So he landed all right. Well, it seems like he landed all right. Got them both out of there. Jerry the Amazing. he looking at? 10-4. Whoa. Oh, that's pretty. It's too bad, really, that Ammar couldn't get something a little closer to his hole on that shot. Those are like the rolls you live for. You live for those rolls, man, I tell you. But part one of the shot just didn't carry through. He didn't get much toward his hole the way he wanted to. And Jerry goes, "Hey, Ammar, can you make this 8-ball?" And Ammar will say, "Yes, I can make this 8-ball. Watch this." Yeah, I don't know what Jerry was thinking there. So once there you go, right? This is one of those players that he's one of these guys. He's gonna get down on the shot and he's just gonna fire it in. 90% of the time, he's gonna make this ball. He's obviously he's doubting himself a little because textbook, you're really not supposed to shoot this ball. But a game of controlled aggression, right, Tom? Okay, so there is that 10% that he's going to miss. But you know what? He played it in such a way that he's going to re-rehearse it, replay it. So Jerry can play a bank here on the 4. He can also bank the 9, which I kind of like banking the 9. But that's just my style of play. Because I'm kind of like of the mind that I can kind of drag draw that ball and bring the cue ball toward the left-hand corner pocket. So that would be kind of like a safe shot. Jerry's looking at the shot. It's not an easy one. It might not be an easy one for Jerry, so he may just shoot at this 4-7. I don't like this shot because the 7's in the middle of the rail. It's kind of floating off the rail. You better play a good cue ball here, Jerry, because there's a high likelihood that this shot could end up going squirrely on you. You play a good cue ball or you make this. Ah. Silly me. I want to say hey to Mark Rosen in the chat room. He has just asked, is this live? Well, yes, it's half live, half recorded. Right, guys? Y'all in the chat room can help each other out, too. If anybody comes in, I don't notice, you can let them know what's going on. So Jerry missing that ball, it's almost as good as making it because it's going to be a ball for Jerry, but you're putting Ammar in a position where he better make this. The scary thing about these shots is, see what he's going to do. He's going to feather off that 10 ball. I think that's a 10 ball. He'll feather off a 10 and make the 4, but you just got to be careful that you don't make the cue ball as well. Or is he really banking this and trying to make it? Oh, he banked it. Oh, that's the shot. He needed that, man. I tell you. That's crazy. I don't know what it is that makes people decide to go ahead and take those chances. I mean, it's definitely like that fight or flight kind of scenario. If you like Mr. Robot and you like thinking about fight or flight. But now see, he's got an easier shot than the last one. That bank was no easy task, man. But here he is with an easier shot, and he's afraid to shoot it. Oh my God, he's getting up again. Don't you hate that? Fight or flight. We're learning all about fight or flight today. And there you go, you know. Fear. Fear is your worst enemy. Well, Ammar got on the board there again, so he's got 2 balls. But now Jerry, fortunately for Ammar, Jerry making this 4 ball for Jerry is not so straightforward. He's got to play a combination here. I think he's going to have to play a 6-4 combo, or he might be able to bank that 8 ball up and down into the 4 ball, which is sitting in front of Jerry's hole. Jerry's going to tie his shoelaces. I thought he was wearing Crocs, man. Doesn't he always wear Crocs? Oh no, he's wearing the New Balance today. Okay. He plays pool in Crocs, and you know, because I mean, you can see he's a heavy guy, you know, but he also has a bad back, so the Crocs help him to balance his spine. Maybe I should be chasing them as for sponsorship. With 54 viewers watching. So I like banking the 8. I mean, yeah. Bank at pocket speed. Yeah, just like that. He's actually going to miss the 4 because he banked it a little wide, and I've been noticing this. He's been hitting the balls a little slower than I would anticipate. So he's kind of running out of gas on his shooting. So Ammar's in deep doo-doo here. He's gotta like somehow make this 4 ball and not scratch and not he might, you see that 6-10, he might just try to take that on because there may be nothing else for him to shoot. You see that? He's looking at the 6-10. What would Efren do? What would Efren do? He's taking it on. You can cross your fingers. Everybody cross your fingers for Amar Kang, folks. Ooh. You didn't cross your fingers, guys. Come on. All right. It's picnic time for Jerry, who's going to use the bridge. Ooh, he didn't mean to hit that 2. He wanted to come around it and shoot the 2 next. So that's only worth 1 ball to him. So the score's tied up now. It's 2-2. This game could go anywhere. He's nodding. I'm nodding. 45 people in the chat room are nodding. This is a hot seat match, guys. I'm gonna let you guys know now. I'm not gonna tell you who wins this match, but I am gonna tell you that this was POV 5, right? Our 5th anniversary. We actually did not get to play the finals of this event because it went too late. So the 2 people who were left, we did not get to see them play, and I've always wanted to kind of see a rematch between them. I'm not going to tell you who they were. Well, some of you guys may have seen it last year, but you know, I don't want to spoil it for you, like especially who wins this match. The winner of this match, let's see, I have to just, I think it was Chris Cruz. The winner of this match, I'm sorry, the loser of this match played Chris Cruz, if I'm not mistaken, but hold on, let me just double check. I mean, obviously, if you really wanted a spoiler, you could go to our CompuSport from last year as well, because we did do the brackets on CompuSport. Yeah, the winner of this match earned the hot seat, and then the loser of this match went on to play Chris Cruz for guaranteed 3rd place. So Chris Cruz is like waiting to play the winner of, or the loser of this match. Chris Cruz was on the 1-loss side waiting. Meanwhile, Jerry's over here stringing some pearls, I've noticed. I've been over here talking to you guys about last year's bracket for this event. So I think it's 4-2. No, it looks like 5-2 now. Yep. Jerry's playing for 2. He's going to play the harder shot because it's worth more for him to play it. You know, he can finish, he can close out if he makes it. So the 5 goes down. Ammar is probably biting his nails right now. He's biting his toenails. Jerry's just, so that's actually something you guys should remember, is always go back and check your ball count, because there are times where, you know, like Jerry may not know he only needs 1. So he might shoot this ball to get shape on another ball, and essentially he can end up missing it too because he's trying to play shape. Now, since he knows it's his game ball, he knows that really all he has to do is make it. He bared down. He made it. Bob's your uncle. He's done. So it's now 2-1. Jerry MATCHIN leads this hot seat match from POV's 5th anniversary 2016. I want to say hi as well to Jerry MATCHIN. He's going to be there at our 6th anniversary event. And I also want to say hi to Amar KANG. I hope to see you. I know that you're married now too. You got family and stuff. You got other obligations, but I really hope we do see you at POV's 6th anniversary coming up in just 11 days now. My God, I got so much work to do. I really shouldn't be spending my time with you guys right now. Geraldine's going to come home from work and she's going to yell at me. But what are you going to do? You know, when pool is your religion, sometimes it's important to worship the game. Okay, so alternate break format. It's Jerry's break now. And we have 55 minutes remaining in this match. Well, very hard for me to see what's in that stack, but Ammar basically didn't have a lot to shoot at, so he wanted to stay back into the stack, stay in the stack there, you know, but the 12 ball came back and knocked him away. So it gives Jerry a little bit of breathing room. How much breathing room? I'm not really sure. It looks like he's still kind of like wondering what the hell to do. Well, bunting. Bunting with soul. Oh, I forgot we had 4 cameras on this match. It's reminding me how I need to set up for this year's event coming up. Anyway, if you're not going to play this POV6 coming up, at least call your friend and just remind them that it's coming up. You know, share the flyer. You can check the flyer. The flyer's on my website. Or you can also go to POVPOOL's group page, POVPOOL on Facebook, and you'll find the flyer there. Tell them they can call California Billiards. It's 510-668-1670, 510-668-1670. If they have any questions about the upcoming, there's a 9-ball on Friday, and that's 300 added, and there's a 1 pocket on Saturday and Sunday. That's 2,000 added, and all money's guaranteed, and we don't ever charge any green fees, guys, for that event. So there's no green fee at all. Everything's paid in, and there's a huge raffle going on. You know, you'd have to be living under a rock to not play in this tournament or be at this tournament, at least to get yourself a raffle ticket and a martini at the bar of California Billiards. They got great staff there. We really want to thank Chris Swart for stepping up and helping us to make POV 5 and 6 possible. So Jerry just made one of Ammar's balls. And, I don't really know what Jerry had in mind there, but he's kind of given Ammar an opportunity to move the furniture, move balls back to his side here. So he's gifted Ammar a ball, and he's also given him a bit of an, giving him a chance. Oh my goodness, and he hit nothing. And that really kind of wasn't even his fault. I mean, that hole was threading the needle, you know. I mean, you're supposed to, there was like an inch of margin for error, like 1 inch. I mean, that's not a lot. He wanted to hit something and move it towards his hole, but it just didn't. The balls are stubborn today, or at least on that day, they were. Can you guys hear my chair squeaking in the background? That's my home studio chair. I need some oil for that chair. You guys can't hear that, can you? If you can, I'll be embarrassed. Ammar doesn't even look at what Jerry just did. He just sees the 4-1. I think Ammar is getting a little frustrated in this match to where he's just like, you know what, I need to capitalize and punish him. He missed the 8-ball in that last game, and I think he's probably a little bummed out about that. You know, that long straight 8 that we watched, and he rattled it, and then Jerry played a very good bank into the stack, and then basically ended up winning the game. So Ammar's probably feeling pressure because, you know, this is kind of like his home territory. He's a Bay Area resident and a player, and he's always one of the favorites in these local tournaments to win because he's one of California's best players outside of Oscar Ernesto Dominguez. You know, it's a good shot by Ammar. And this is actually a great opportunity. He can run out from here, actually. I think the 12-13 look wired, or 12-11. They look wired to the corner, but he can still pick off the 2-ball if he wants to. But if those balls are wired, he might just take care of them sooner than later, because he can always, right from that angle, it looks like he could stun up and make the 4-ball. You shoot the 2, and then you basically draw out for the 10. or for the 8. He could come off the rail and make the 8 first. A lot of options for him right now. And missing is not one of them, and that was very close to a miss. He's jacked up here, but he should be okay. In fact, he'll probably draw back for the 14 next. He's well on his way to running out. Looks like he's got 5 now, and he's playing for 3. He chose an angle there that I think that he basically has to play this cannon. He has to cannon into the stack. I think that's why he chose to create this angle on the 10 ball. So he can only hope that this works out for him. He should hit the 6 first, and you probably bump the 11 away and play the 11 or 6. Yeah, there you go. He's going to be out from here. He needs 1. And this will tie it up. Amar Kang. 8 and out from Amar Kang. That was beautiful. Beautiful ball management there. Definitely played good ball speed. He played good position. He played a good breakout. I mean, there was absolutely nothing wrong with that run right there. So, you know, he deserved that. So it's Hill. I'm going to wrap it up after this game, and this will be posted to YouTube right after the recording. Actually, maybe not, because I should do a little edit. Remember this earlier in this match, we had a little mistake that I should fix. So Ammar is going to take a quick break. Yee-hee! Let's thank last year's sponsors, Kamui and California Billiards, Ivy Organics, and FanDuel. That's who they sponsored us last year for that event. But this year, our sponsors are, and also Tiger Products. But this year, our sponsors are Tiger Products, Outsville, Ivy Organic, who else? I don't want to go. Let's see. Ivy Organic. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm spacing out. Tiger Products, Outsville. JB Cases. Oh my gosh. I want to say hi to John Barton, by the way, and I hope you're doing well. I think you were like playing Pool for Money recently again, which is always recommended. So, you know, I don't know. I'm just sitting here trying to fill the void here. What can we talk about? I'll take questions in the chat room. Yeah, so just to remind you guys, actually, a lot of these matches from the POV5 event, I did not upload because we had some issues with the jukebox. It was way too loud, and although we tried to zone the audio, but we couldn't zone the audio that day. Something weird was going on. I don't remember exactly. But suffice to say, a lot of these matches, they got blocked for copyright issues, and so now I'm redubbing commentary on them. I will be doing this in the future with more stuff. And in fact, I want to also, I'll be doing more matches. I got a match from another content producer, actually, that he wanted me to do some commentary over some of his matches. from a bar in Thailand called Mega Break. So we'll be looking forward to seeing. I'll do some redubbing of some of those matches from Mega Break Pattaya, where a lot of players have played, like Dennis Grabe, Efren Reyes, Bustamante. A lot of players have been over to Mega Break in Pattaya in Thailand. So they have some great matches, but there's no audio at all on those matches. And so I called the owner of the pool hall. I said, like, hey, would you be into having some of your matches redubbed? And he said, like, go for it, dude. Well, he didn't say dude because he's basically from England. So he said, go on, mate. Go on, mate. Do it. All right, so Jerry is back. Ammar is back, and Ammar broke. And this is probably the best break so far that I've seen from Ammar. Although there seemed to be a little bit of a gap there. Something Jerry can play with. Actually, though, there's not a lot going on here for Jerry. I mean, I'm not. By the way, just to remind you guys, this isn't live, so I'm not like at the pool hall looking at the table. So I'm like looking at the same screen you are. Is that the name of the bar, Michael? Michael Rennie? Michael Hogue Rennie he's in South Korea. He's watching this right now. So what's King Jerry gonna do here? There is one shot I kind of like, which is to force follow the 10 ball, the which is down by the scoring markers. Just force follow the 10 ball straight and play your cue ball to follow it, and then hopefully like land somewhere by the second diamond. I kind of like that shot, actually. I don't know why he's not thinking about it or taking it on, but because he sees something else, because he's Jerry Matchin. Well, I don't know, guys. I don't think Jerry Matchin. I think he saw something else, but he didn't shoot something. He shot something else, but something else did not happen for Jerry. So it was a pretty easy combo. And actually, the way everything's spread out, too, this could very well be it. Ammar could be out from here. It's 1-0 already. And he's looking at a wide open table. I suspect he's going to draw this back. He could actually stun up, like you see what he's doing there. I mean, there's several ways you can play this, but I guess it's what you're comfortable with. Man, I really gotta get over this cold. Don't worry, I'm not contagious, guys. Stun up. Yeah, he's stunning up. That's perfect. Ammar plays such good position. He could very easily run out here. I mean, I say easy, but you know, this is it's not easy work. Oh no. No. So that's going to be, he's going to be 4, and that's it. It's going to be the end of, I don't know. I mean, does he have a bank? He's actually in a little trouble too, because I mean, look where Jerry's. This kind of looks like one of Jerry, it looks like Jerry broke, right? It almost appears as if Jerry broke, but obviously there's 3 balls less than there usually are on the table. I don't know what he's doing here. Is he banking? Is this an aggressive shot? Wow. Okay, so that looks like it might have been a mistake there, but it really wasn't. He was gambling on the fact that Jerry's probably not going to play this 2-6 combo. And the 2 doesn't pass the 6 to the corner, so that was actually a good shot. I mean, you know, it would have been better if he made it, or it would have been better if he played at a little more pocket speed, but there's only so much you can do in that situation. He needed to get his cue ball up table, so he's probably thinking more about that than about making the shot itself. And also getting the cue ball up table at the right angle. It appears as though he's trying to come off the 4 ball and then hopefully land behind the 9. So no, what's he doing? Wow, he's thinning the 11 to the 9. Wow. Well, the one thing I've seen that's consistent from Jerry is that he's been hitting the balls a little too slow. He's doing that because the table's fast. But I think he's underestimating the table just slightly. He's been doing this all match. I mean, you guys have seen it. But despite that, it's still 2-2. Like, he's still like, you know, I mean, this match is not over. He's still got a chance to win this. Right now, he's gonna have to reach in his little bag of tricks here, because this is just an awful, awful place to be. You don't want to be behind one of your balls. Having to escape one of your opponent's balls, which is basically that 9 ball he's trying to escape from. So I don't know if he's just trying to thin this and leave it high and up table, or if he's trying to bring the cue ball back down table. Oh. Oh, okay. So he saw a shot that he could, you know, safely shoot at as long as he doesn't roll forward or, you know, move the cue ball too much. Which was actually a pretty good shot. I like this. My man, Bill Roach just checked in with us. Billy from Conroe. He's one of our biggest supporters on POV Pool. I want to say hello to you, buddy. We're watching Amar Kang and Jerry MATCHIN from last year, actually, from our 5th anniversary event. This is the hot seat match between those two, and just redoing the commentary because the dang jukebox was too loud last year. You know the one I'm talking about? The one that's always on somewhere else in every match. Boy, I gotta tell you. So hard to get the venue to turn down their music, isn't it? Well, they make their money with the music, don't they? So Jerry is Ammar's made a huge mistake here. Jerry's turned this game around, actually. Ammar had a chance to run out. He could have run out all 8 balls. He only ended up with 3. Jerry's got a great chance now to do some damage. And he's starting to chip away here. That's pretty good, I guess. I don't know if the 9 passes between the 5 and the 10, he's in great shape. But it's 3 apiece now, 3 balls each. Three apiece. I don't think the 9 goes. He's probably a little disgruntled about that. Yeah, he doesn't want to shoot the 10 because he's jacked up over the 2. He's got to use the bridge as well. Oh my gosh, there's just so many hazards in this shot. Does the 1 pass between the? Darn it! Just when you wish you had that. Yeah. See, here I am trying to find it in the in the video. This is me. I'm switching cameras, like trying to figure out if that shot goes. But I do know the 10 goes. But he's just bummed out because it's like, okay, 10 ball goes, then what? What do I shoot? I shoot the bank on the 14. That's actually a good shot to play. So he's looking at that. He probably will just shoot the 10. Oh, no. Don't ever second guess Jerry MATCHIN. He's shooting the 1. She goes. I'll tell you what, this game is close. This is closer than I expected. I mean, I knew this was a hill match. I knew it was 3 hours long. But this is like almost coming down. It might even come down to case ball. I don't remember how this match played out. I really, you know, I mean, I do so many matches that unless there's like some kind of epicness to it, I generally I generally don't remember all the matches. So Jerry's in the lead now, though. It is, it's now 7-4. I mean, 3-4, 4-3. And if Jerry can play this right, he can actually finish. He can draw this and maybe play for the 14. And even if he is feeling really frisky, he can play for the 9. Look at this. No, he doesn't get the 9, but he does get the 5. So he played 14, 10, 8. That's what he needs to play for. 14 ball, 10 ball, 8 ball. Looks pretty straightforward from here, doesn't it, guys? Well, now he's on the wrong side of the 10 ball. And he's playing for 2. Now remember, like I said, you know, Jerry doesn't have that monster stroke that you and I guys, that a lot of you guys, you know, expect from players of this caliber. So, you know, you can expect Jerry just to bunt it in, basically. And Jerry's just going to play his, he's going to play his cards here. He's going to play this bank. And he's going to miss. Wow, case ball, and he misses. And Geraldine is just getting home now. So, Amar Kang could finish it from here. Well, no, actually, I mean, he... Ammar needs them all, basically. That's the only way he's going to win this match is somehow make them all, but... wow, these are games I hate. I mean, when I'm like in Ammar's shoes, the pressure kills me. Wow, and he just drilled that in there. That's not easy, you know, to be able to make a decision like that and just feel very comfortable with stroking a ball that hard. Case game like that with Jerry only needing 1. And here he's kind of back cutting, you know, like a blind pocket, you know. This is not easy either. He's going to try to make both balls here, I think. You know, he's not going to do it. But if there was any way to take this ball out, this would be the angle which you would want to do it from. So Ammar can either try to take it out. It looks like that's what he's doing. Oh, no, he's getting back up because he might. There's no way he can make the ball. Because if he makes it, obviously, he loses to Jerry. It's going to be hard to make this ball and scratch. And then you're leaving Jerry with a ball in hand on the 8, so you got to take this out. Jerry's just going to bring the cue ball up table. And I'm not sure if a frozen ball was called or if it was frozen, but there's no foul been called, so it's tough. We've got another end game between Jerry and Ammar, and it's the last game. This is tough. He's left Ammar like pretty close to the rail, so it's gonna be hard for him to dig in and get any real control on the cue ball from this distance. The shot to play is really a kick and stick, but it's so tight. A kick and stick from the side rail, but it's so tight and such a distance that it's very hard for him to hit this. And then rail first underneath is not really recommended because you know the 8 ball's up table, and you don't want to bring your cue ball up table at all. Coming underneath it too much, you could actually scratch under the 4. He could play rail first under the 4, and if he plays it well enough, he may bring the cue ball up table and knock the 8 back up table too. This is a lot to ask. Now there is the old force follow double kiss shot. There's no guarantee on that either. I mean, he's just not at that angle that he can execute any of the above shots with ease. So he's probably going to just hit and hope here. No matter what he does, he's hoping. I kind of like the double kiss shot because you know at least your cue ball is going to stay down there, right? You know you're going to miss the 4 because you're playing to miss the 4. But the problem is if you don't double kiss, then your cue ball might scratch into the corner. Wow, he came underneath it. Holy moly. So remember, guys, that was Jerry's money ball, the 4 ball that he just left in front of the hole. You know, he did not make that ball, but if he'd have made that ball 3 innings ago, that would have been the game and the match. But Ammar now, he's done a phenomenal job. He ran 3 balls in a row, and he's taken out this 4 ball. And Jerry comes with another fantastic shot. Unfortunately for him, it's just not cutting it. It's just not going in. But Ammar just may have to kick underneath this ball real slow. Or he may kick it with some pace. Nope, coming underneath. There you go. Same thing. Jerry's just trying to keep up the offensive here. Remember, you know, Ammar's the one. He's the one with the pressure on him. He's got 2 balls. He needs 2 balls to Jerry's 1. But as you can see, too, Ammar's last 3 escapes have progressively gotten a little easier and easier. Oh, you don't want this 4 ball to go in. Ooh. Well, he's kind of fortunate. His cue ball's a little bit down table by that first diamond. No, there's a shot here that I really don't think Jerry will take on. It's a 3-rail shot on the 8 ball. Three rails around table. I kind of like it because I don't know. I mean, I do like it, but not necessarily playing Ammar. I don't like it because Ammar's just too good. Like if you make any big mistakes, Ammar will punish you. But the shot is on. I mean, I think there is a 3-railer that is legitimate shot. You would probably leave Ammar with a long 4-ball spot shot if you miss the 8. But if you play the 8 pocket speed at least, you may end up in a situation where Ammar may have to just play a takeout on the 8 anyway. So let's see what he does. I think he's thinking about this shot, but there's also the 2-railer on the 4. If you can kind of like stroke it in like Keith McCready, these do go sometimes. But then you have to shoot them with a little bit of speed, kill the angle. And by the way, guys, I spoke to Al Romero today. I called him on the phone, and he tells me he's okay. For those who don't know, Al Romero had a minor health issue. He ended up in the hospital, but he is. He assures me he's doing well, and he answered the phone. He was in very high spirits, and he's taking a little break from pool right now and from making cues because you know, he's living up in Sacramento now, and he's got his family with him, and so he's been kind of dealing with the doctor and just taking it easy. So I think in a few weeks he'll be back in action. But little Al Romero, he tells me he's okay. He suffered a minor stroke about a week and a half ago. So our thoughts and prayers are with little Al Romero, who you can find at Hard Times Billiards in Sacramento now. Well, as discussed, Jerry did leave the spot shot for Ammar. Ammar missed it. Which was uncharacteristic. But we've seen matches, many matches have been lost with a spot shot. Jerry's not going to play the straight in. He's going to play the bank combo. Which every good one-pocket player should do. And he doesn't even come close to making it. So this game should have been over. And it should have been over, well, by Jerry actually about 20 minutes ago, but Ammar had a chance to win. It's like I said, you know, like playing that 8-ball 3-railer the way Jerry did. I like playing that shot, but I don't like playing that shot against Amar Kang because, you know, you did leave Ammar a spot shot. I can't, for the life of me, I can't even understand why he missed that spot shot. But because he's not supposed to miss that. Bunting with soul. Jerry tries to hide him behind the 4. Looks like Ammar might be taking on this. He might be thinking of kicking, like kicking to make. Kicking to make the 8-ball. I only like this shot if you're kicking at 2 rails. I don't like kicking this 1 rail because if you miss the 1 rail, you're almost certainly going to leave a 4-ball. Both ways are very easily missable, and both ways can actually kind of be very consequential. I don't even know if this is the smartest shot to play. Wow. Now you see, if he'd have missed that shot, look at this. Jerry MATCHIN would have been. I mean, that was just disgustingly lucky. I mean, Jerry probably is sick to his stomach with that shot right now. Like he's probably like, what the hell? He's also 20 minutes ago we could have banked the 4 in the corner too, but that didn't happen, did it? 1 railer here. Ammar could close it out right here. Ain't gonna do it. Ain't gonna do it. But he plays a good cue ball, unlike the last shot. So Jerry's still in it. We're tied up. Case game, case ball. We got ourselves an Endgame. And that was very well played, actually. If you're playing on the last ball like that, you kind of want to leave your opponent with shots like that are straight in on the opposite pocket. It makes it very hard for them to bank. And many times, the kiss is often on with other banks too. So he may kiss here. He may, you know, he's not going to kiss there because he played out with outside English, and he didn't play to make it. But you see how they're both leaving each other kind of like straight on, right? Straight toward the hole. You can't really bank those balls because they're difficult to hide the cue ball from. There's a lot of times there's a kiss involved. In other cases, you just don't end up with a safe cue ball. So Jerry there, you know, opts rather than to play a long shot or do anything, he really just decides to bunt it up table and leave Ammar with something ridiculously close that he can't bank it. No bank on here, but is he just going to make this ball? I don't necessarily want to leave my opponent with anything like that. I don't like leaving my opponent with these. Because it gives them a chance to play a good shot and have the upper hand. Or they can go for it and make it. I mean, Jerry could play for this shot and make it. It's not necessarily a scratch shot. Looks like it is, but it, you know. He probably won't play to make this. He'll probably play, like I said, well, he did play to make it. My goodness. That is not what I expected from Jerry. Well, I think Ammar's looking at 2 rails, short. But I like to draw this back because you don't want to leave him. Well, you could play it in such a way to speed. Yeah. Draw it back. That's good cue ball. All right, Jerry. Teach me a shot. Teach me a shot here, sir. I already know that shot. That's a good shot. Played it with very good speed. Yeah, you better think twice about that 1 rail bank. I mean, I like the shot. It's just so hard to control a cue ball with this shot. Oh no. Scratcho. Yeah, I don't know. That shot's really hard. That's a drag stroke and like a slip stroke. Very kind of Efren-esque shot, you know. Very demanding shot. So now Ammar needs 2. Jerry just needs this 1. And that's not going to happen. So wow, is this going to be a bank for Ammar? Is Ammar going to bank the 4? Ammar. Jerry might have just given this match right back to Ammar. This is how quickly the game of one pocket turns around, guys. I mean, it's just missing. Missing is a huge problem. If you miss balls in one pocket, you're very oftentimes you're in trouble. Wow. Case came, case ball. And not an easy shot. But Ammar can make this. Just needs to execute. These shots have come up with him hundreds and thousands of times playing 9-ball and playing other games. And it looks good. Wow. Wow. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. This was a redub from 2016, and that was the hot seat match actually from POV5, and so in that event, Amar KANG waited in the hot seat, and Jerry MATCHIN went on to play Chris Cruz for third place. And I'm not going to tell you who won. I may actually do a redub of the Chris Cruz match when I have time, but I just wanted to do this quick redub for you guys. First time, I just wanted to try out some, new equipment that I'm using at the home studio. Do this redub because we have many matches that we want to redub actually because of a lot of copyright claims that we've had from music in the background. So with that, I want to just once again, I'm going to promote POV6. It's coming up December 1st, 2nd, and 3rd this year, 2017. I want to thank you guys for watching today, and keep loving pool. We're going to be relaunching our website on December 1st, and we also have another big announcement December 1st. We hope you guys tune in to POV Pool for POV Pool's 6th anniversary event, December 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Thanks for all you guys for watching in the chat room, and stay tuned. Keep loving pool.
To bring it down to the bottom.
No, he's swinging it.
Look at this.
That's called swinging the ball. See how he gets
That's
there or
gonna be
not?
close. Wow. Look at this shot here.
Don't scratch. Oh my goodness.